The South African government gave two companies 85 million rands to build the wall, and they never did it. ISF Constructions and Schuler Constructions Company were awarded a tender in 2018 of 85.7 million rands to build this wall. The two companies said that they would work together on a joint venture. So the reason for this wall to be built was because in 2016, residents and locals actually complained to the government. They said that too many cars were being hijacked from South Africa and being taken over the border into Mozambique, and they were literally untraceable. You could never find them again. So therefore, the government decided to hand out this tender to build this concrete wall that would stop this and decrease the crime. Well, these two companies simply took the money and walked away. The wall was supposed to be about 8 kilometers long. They only built a wall 5 kilometers. And the quality was poor, the concrete was poor. And now only years later, because of the special investigating unit, they discovered all of these discrepancies. Even worse, it turns out that the BBEE certificate that was handed in order to get this tender was falsified. So this certificate is basically a certificate that says a particular company can qualify to get a tender, that they have enough black representation and other criterias within that company. So it turns out that the whole transaction was fraudulent. So as it stands now, the judge has said that everyone involved has 30 days to appear in courts, and then they will be handing out sentences and further investigations are going to take place. Now to add insults to injury, because these guys walked away with a job half done, the government had to fork out an extra 60 million rands just for the wall to be built, and it was given. So now in total that's about 140 million rands.
Inkinga enkulu la eSouth Africa kungabibikho kwamabhoda. Waka wayisho CIC lento athi lapha kune border gate kodwa ifence ayikho. Kulula ukungena kwabantu. Ngakho ke uma kufuna kuliwe nalesihlava sokungena kwabantu kuze futhi kwazi ukenforce nama immigration laws, fanele kwenze sure ukuthi akekho umuntu okwazi ukweqa. Ibhlungu le ndaba eqeda ebekukhulunywa ngayo. Esho ukuthi kunekhampani yanikezwa imali, izumbulu zemali ukuthi abakhe lapha kodwa namhlanje abakaze bayenza into right. SIU yenza umsebenzi oncomekayo. Sizozwa ukuhamba kwensuku ukuthi ithini inkantolo mayelana nesinqumo, kodwa i-consequence management ave ibalulekile ukuthi uma umuntu enikezwe umsebenzi wathola ithenda wangadeliver akaboshwe akajeze ukuze nabazothola imisebenzi bezokwazi ukwenza sure ukuthi benze into right.
So this is the border fence, and this is no man's land, dividing South Africa from Zimbabwe, and people are clearly moving between the two very easily. How are you?
I'm fine.
Are you coming from Zim?
Yes.
When did you come? So it's very casual. People just seem to be coming and going as they please.
The Limpopo River runs dry up to 8 months of the year, an easy crossing for people and goods, moving in and out of Zimbabwe, unhampered by border patrols.
I'm crossing illegal because there's no border here. I'm not afraid to say this.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to say this. I'm crossing illegally here because there's no immigration or whoever. You can't stop someone suffering.
I think that is the highest level of sellout. You can't. When South Africans were in exile, they were in camps, and they were not. They were restricted to go to other part of those countries. So why do you allow foreigners to go all over in South Africa and run business and make girlfriends? And I mean, South Africans, they can't even have their own girlfriends because the foreigners have taken over the girlfriend space.
From the girlfriend space to the employment space, pressure is on the authorities to arrest and deport undocumented people.
The response to that is that we've just really spent time. You guys witnessed them actually saying we must be 200 meters away from the actual border post. But here we are at a site where people of Zimbabwe or coming from wherever, because not only Zimbabweans really using these porous borders. Yes, the fence built a few years ago by the at the cost of 38 million rands. So having actual border to people going in and out of there is just really a formality. The people have got complete access to come into South Africa as and when they like. I guess we must be the only country in the world where we have such porous borders. As you can see, look at them there. There. Look at them. Look at that. Okay. More there.
Kunoma yiphi inkinga akufanele kuyixazulule funa ukuyazi lo nkinga ukwazi ukuyibiza ngegama ukwazi ukuyiqonda njengoba ubona ukuthi la eSouth Africa akuna border akuna fence abantu bayidlula indlela abathanda ngayo sisesekulo lona lolu daba uPresident Cyril Ramaphosa ukhulume ngokungenelela kweSouth African National Defence Force ukuthi ilekelele ngoba uma kukhulunywa ngodaba lama illegal miners illegal mining sikhuluma ngabo futhi labantu abangenela ngokungekho semthethweni abaphinde futhi benze imisebenzi engekho nayo futhi semthethweni njengokumba igolide la so njengoba kukhishwa amasosha they are a temporary measure so ngifisa uzwe uPresident Cyril Ramaphosa ukuthi uthini ngelinye ilanga ngangathatha itrip ngayiSwazini uma sisendleleni ngabona abantu behle endleleni before sifika kwiborder behle endleleni angibazi baphuma ngayiphi indlela uma sifika thina sangena ku-immigration sadlula kahle sangenela ngapha eSouth Africa sadlulela ngale eSwazini uma sesidlulile sesiqhubeka imoto yabathola sebengaphambili ngiyacabanga ukuthi nabo babeyongena kuzo le indawo lezi okungenekayo kuzo.
Our defense force has become quite multi-skilled. They are the defense force who helps us when there are disasters, when there are natural disasters, when there are also pandemics. The defense force comes to the fore. Now, as we are now fighting those who participate in illegal mining, our defense force has been helping our police. Now that there's gang violence and gangsterism, we have called on our defense force to come and play a supportive role to assist our police. So through all this, we are rebuilding.
Kunento eshovu yozungula lawe ATM mayelana nalento esho President uCyril Ramaphosa kwi-Portfolio Committee Petroleum and Energy if I'm not mistaken. Ngifuna ukuthi uzwele wena ngoba siyazi sonke ukuthi ukuba khona kwe-Defence Force it's temporary akusi permanent solution. Yebo khona kufuneka bangenelele kodwa kufuneka kuze neindlela ezipermanent ukuze leyo nkinga leyo kusuke bezoyilekelela ngaso sikhathi ixazululeke. Ngicela uzwe la.
The issue I want to raise concerning illegal mining, it is a fact that on one side, there is a crisis that has warranted the government to deploy the army in some areas to deal with illegal mining. But from the side of the department, nothing has changed. For the past in fact, the plan has not been changed at all, in the sense that the plan to close 3 mines remains the same, to close 40 shafts remains the same, even though from the national government point of view, there is a crisis that has led to the deployment of the army. And the army is a temporary solution because they'll be there for a few months, but the permanent solution is the sealing of those shafts. But in terms of the plans of the department, that has not changed. I was watching a video last week of an area, Ekurhuleni, whereby it seems as if the illegal miners have taken over to an extent whereby even the people can't go to that area. It shows the extent of the crisis of illegal mining. However, without the department dealing directly with the issue by sealing the shafts and closing those mines, the army will come and go. So I want to check whether is it consistent with the crisis levels if the plans remain the same for the entire term of government, yet there is a crisis that has led to the deployment of the army? Thank you.
On the closing of staff, it depends on the budget we're given, Bozongol. It's not the laziness on the part of the department. It is the budget allocated to us. We close 40 shops. That is what we're given as a budget. And we use it to the best ability of us, to our ability. And if we can increase that number, the numbers will be reduced. So it's not dependent on the willingness of the department. It depends on the amount of money we're having to fill those shafts. That's why I always remind the committee that those shafts are a function of a stage where there was no requirement to rehabilitate shafts. So those shafts were left open, we're inheriting them, we're trying to do something about them. But if the budget doesn't increase, we can't increase the rate. So we can take your message to the government, to the cabinet, you can raise it in parliament, you can raise this area, but it depends on the budget. If the budget doesn't increase, whether you deploy an army, withdraw it and deploy it again, it will not change because the budget is the determinant of the number of shafts you close.
If there's a crisis that has led to the government responding by deploying an army, surely, Minister, your department can knock to Treasury to say, here's a crisis. Can you increase our budget to deal with this particular issue? Not a case whereby you're going to fold your arms because another department is responsible to allocate a budget for you for this particular aspect. And the last issue here is the fact that if there is high areas which are more prone to illegal mining, I want to check whether the 40 shafts and the 3 mines that have been planned for, is the focus going to be on those priority areas whereby illegal mining is prevalent? Thank you.
Look, ngasho lutho. Ayizukusho lutho nje ngoba uzwela ukuthi i-army khona as a temporary measure. Kodwa i-department ayizifuni ixazululo kunalokho ithi kudepende kwi-budget. Kanti akufanelanga kube yabona lento esho uvuyo Zungulu, akufanelanga kusuke bona as i-department beyotshela i-treasury ukuthi sicela usikhuphulele imali nasi sizathu nayo inhloso ngoba buka imali phela nayo into ofuna bayichazele i-treasury, buka imali ephumayo for i-army. Le mali ephuma for i-army bingakwazi ukuthi ilekelele sikwazi ukunqanda le nkinga ingaqhubeki nokuba khona. Engakutshela khona mahala nje ukuthi le nkinga yabo illegal miners okungozamazama isazoba khona. Angiyeke ukukhuluma le ndaba lesicaphune le video ka Minister waka Home Affairs okuyena umuntu o-responsible shilo na izolo ngathi umuntu o-responsible for i-Home Affairs uminister loku screen sakho uyena umuntu o-responsible ngoba manje abelungu niyabasaba ufuna uku-attack noma yimuphi umuntu omnyama uyeke umlomo eluzwe ukuthi uthini.
Dr. Masiapatu will announce the 6 successful bidders that have been selected to physically demolish and rebuild South Africa's 6 busiest land ports of entry as part of a transformative public-private partnership. This project, worth an estimated 12.5 billion rand, constitutes the single biggest investment ever made by the South African government in upgrading our country's border management and immigration system. The 6 ports of entry that will be rebuilt are Lebombo, Beitbridge, Oshoek, Kopfontein, Maseru Bridge, and Vicksburg. These 6 ports sit at the center of regional trade and movement. Together, they account for an astonishing 80% of cross-border trade and passenger flows through South Africa's land borders. Their performance has a direct impact on economic growth, revenue collection, and national security. For many years, as we all know, these high-volume corridors have, however, been under significant strain. Congestion, outdated infrastructure, and fragmented systems have slowed down trade and increased the cost of doing business. At the same time, these conditions have created an environment that is vulnerable to abuse. as the Special Investigating Unit, amongst others, have documented, weaknesses have been exploited through illegal immigration, illicit trade, and fraudulent practices that undermine both revenue collection and the rule of law. In some areas, informal crossings and workarounds have eroded the integrity of our border environment. The project we launched today therefore represents the start of a new era in South African border management, further building upon the digital transformation program that is now well underway across the immigration ecosystem.
Manje angeke sesijabule ngoba ziningi izinto ezethulwa kanje kuthiwa zizokwenziwa bajabula abantu base South Africa futhi ngoba belindele elikhulu bebona ukuthi lonto baxakile sizosixazululeka. Kodwa kutholakala ukuthi akwenzeki nayinye kulezo zinto. Ayikho into engenza ukuthi sijabule manje kodwa kuyethembisa. Uma nje bona bengakwazi ukwenza iqiniso bese bayakha ngempela ngendlela asho ngayo bawavale lamabhoda lesimo sizoba ngcono. Kubukeka sengathi ke leminyakazo ekhona ezweni njengoba izwe linyakaza kanje abantu bekhombisa ukunganami kuyenza ukuthi labantu bangahlali phansi basukume ngoba bayazi ukuthi uma bengase bazithele ngabandayo kulesimo esinje izwe lela lizokuphatheka. Yingakho manje ubabona besukume bemi ngenyawo. Bengithi angikwazise nje ukuthi nazi inhlelo uMinister wa Home Affairs athi bazenzile sebekhulume nawo amakhampani washo ukuthi bazospenda malini eyiningi imali abazospenda ukwakha leyo fence. Yabona kube kuya ngami befuna bafake ngisho ugesi be-electric fence kungasondeli umuntu azi umuntu ukuthi hey mangiya lapha ya ungenzeka ngife nokufa. Lokho nje bekuyosilekelela kakhulu. Siyazi ukuthi njengoba lento isakhulunywa la isazoplanwa kuphela iminyaka ewu5 ewu10 before uqala ukusetshenzwa. Mina nabasidibana kwivideo elandelayo ngiyabonga.